It's a grown man sport. What? It's a grown man sport. Yeah, yeah. It's a grown man sport. Yeah, it's a grown man sport like that. This one going out.
What up, everybody? This your boy, Mr. Smokefella, man. And Humidor Sports Podcast is back coming at you on Wild Card Weekend. So let's get it. Today, we all about football today, man, because that's what time it is, man. We got the playoffs this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and then we got the NCAA Men's Football Championship on Monday. So we just going all in football. We will get back to basketball and other sports and stuff next week, but we're going to give it to you rough, raw, and straight to the point on football, man. So it's your boy, Mr. Smokefella. I'm going to bring my people in. Right now, I got the referee shirt on because it's going to be wild, crazy. We're getting it in. I'm throwing flags, putting people in penalty boxes, throwing people out the game. It's going down. My man Ivan, my producer, he'll jump in because he got a lot to say. Because he does his show Basement Monsters, and he rocking with us today. So he gonna jump in and out. So I'm gonna bring my panel on. I got my man. It's Mr. 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm sure he got a drink in hand because we was drinking last night. My man Lucky Lefty, what's up?
You already know what it is. Continuations from last night's shenanigans. Hey, welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Wild Card Weekend, all about football, but I'm gonna veer off for a minute, and you all will see what that's about shortly. Man, thanks for tuning in. We'll be giving you updates on the game. The game's starting about an hour, the first game. We'll be giving you updates so you can watch the game, learn how to multitask, damn it, and join us in the foolery we about to do, which is called Humidor Sports and Cigars Podcast.
Hey, as you say, get over it.
Get over it quick.
Now, normally coming in next, I would be talking about my man straight from Harvey, aka Arizona, aka St. Louis, aka Las Vegas. But I think this dude is hung over somewhere because, as he say, it's Capricorn season, and he been getting it in since Capricorn season started. So he may jump in later. Yeah, you know he coming in with the Gatorade, some water, stumbling. I know how my man is, but right now, the angriest man on social media. I repeat, the angriest man on social media is my man Sly Dog, aka Angry Man.
Black Snake Moan, baby.
Unmute yourself.
You unmute yourself, baby. He's technically challenged. We see that, everybody.
Hey, look here, man. I don't know what's going on with this mute button. I'm using a new laptop. But anyway, I don't know why you introduced Kev anyway. Or Damani. It should always start with me and you. Me and you is Jalen and Jacoby, baby. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
I think you sounded a lot better on mute.
Oh, wow. See,
like I say, the tomfoolery has begun.
You sound a lot better on mute, Sly.
Oh, man.
Now, my man, PG69, is on location today. He decided to pop into one of the cigar shops, show some love, and bring the show to any and everybody that's in the cigar game that's going to be out there with him. So my man, PG69, a.k.a. Face.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? I'm ready to rock and roll, but I got to say one thing, Ben. You said Kevin was out there with a hangover. I blame that on Lucky Lefty. You know why I say I blame it on Lucky Lefty? Because Kevin is like Dennis Rodman. Lucky Lefty is supposed to be like Michael Jordan. Go get your boy.
He was with Sly last night.
Game.
He was with Sly last night.
That's true.
He was with Sly last night.
Well, Sly around Harper the crew, so you can't hold him accountable. You can't hold him accountable, man. He the Ron Harper the crew, man.
Free mind loud.
Man, y'all crazy, man. I knew I shouldn't have messed with y'all loud. I'm glad I didn't. Follow my first mind. Hey, Lucky Lefty. You need some coffee with one of these in there, baby.
You know what? I ain't had time to make the coffee, so I just went straight to the whiskey.
My man.
Yes,
My
sir.
man.
Went straight to the.
You a
You
smart
ain't
man.
had time. You ain't had time to put coffee in your whiskey. Usually it's whiskey in your coffee, but
Right, I ain't had time to put the coffee in my whiskey this morning.
That's terrible, man.
Right.
I got up early and took another nap, so I had to rush to get on here.
Another nap.
I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. I was up at 5 a.m., man. I had to go back to sleep for a minute.
You still was drinking 40s?
No, I wasn't drinking. I wasn't at L's last night.
Oh, slide.
That's neither here nor there. Yeah. Y'all go ahead.
Right.
Proceed.
That's terrible.
As Fremont Louder would say.
Now, I would be remiss if I didn't start off this show with talking about the madness, man. The madness that's been going on, that went on this week, man, in the Capitol.
Those are
I
facts.
mean, it was a total embarrassment to USA, the land of the free America. And I mean, to be honest, it showed that there are two Americas. There's America for Caucasians, and there's America for African Americans and the people of color. This was a ridiculous display of the use of armed forces, law enforcement. I mean, it was crazy. So I'm gonna give each one of you a chance to speak about it, your thoughts and your opinion, and then we'll get into the show. PG.
It was absolutely horrendous, man. And we already know it was an embarrassment, man. But what happened the other day was what we would see in Benghazi or over there in Belize or something, Belarus or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It was an actual attempt at a coup, and they tried to make it seem like it was something totally different. It was really horrible for the police too in the Capitol to me, man, because we seen what happened with Black Lives Matter, but at the same time, let's go a little bit further back. There was a black young lady, and I can't remember her name, and I wish I could call her name. She went to the Capitol and she attempted to make a U-turn, and they shot her dead. But then you have all these people up there, and they don't even have enough security to stop them from going inside the Capitol. But when it was us, they had the Capitol stairs lined up with the police. Hey, it is what it is. White America, Black America.
Angry man. I should have saved you for last, but go ahead.
Hey man, come on, man. It's absolutely pathetic. And the bad part is, you know, my old man served in Vietnam and Korea, and one thing he told me what made an absolute disrespect to anybody that was in the armed service, because one of their vows is foreign and domestic. Period. Which means no excuse for the National Guard to get there 4 hours later.
No.
If you served in the military, that was an absolute disrespect of what you supposed to serve and protect. The two most protected buildings in the world is the White House and the Congress building where they enact the laws in the United States. It is absolutely no excuse for that to happen, and no military show up or anybody. So if you served any time or any place, that display that happened should just hurt your soul, because it was absolutely disrespectful and it was absolutely absurd. And I'm not gonna get into the color thing, because we all know. We all know only that can happen. Because when President Trump went to the burning church with the Bible, the National Guard, to keep us away from Black Lives Matter protests, it took them 17 minutes to get there. So what did that tell you? So I mean, when you start breaking it down, even white people felt that was appalling, and I was just so when we talk about this event, because it's going to go down in history of January 6, 2021. Don't ever use the word protesters, because they wasn't. I want you from now on to use the word terrorists, because that's exactly what they were.
Hey, Lefty, before I come to you, man, it was a travesty, man. One thing that it was a middle-aged woman that was crying, came up in front of the camera and said she was trying to go into the Capitol and they maced her. When you look in her towel, she had a lemon that she was putting on her face and her eyes, trying to dramatize the whole situation, man. I mean, this was just ridiculous, man. Full-blown nuts and ridiculous. Go ahead, Lefty.
I think the fellas took the words right out of my mouth, man. It was embarrassing, all the above, but as the song says, this is America. You know, we already see how it is. Blacks are violent thugs, and non-blacks are just angry, and they're, you know, their freedom of speech and things like that. You know, it's just how, you know, I don't think none of us wanted to see them, you know, see the military come in and shoot down a bunch of folks. We just saying, man, don't shoot us. Give us the same treatment when we protest, or, you know, or when you approach
You hit
us
it right on the head.
or when you approach us in the street, or, you know, for the police and everything, give us the same treatment. Don't be quick to bust your guns at us and then allow them to pretty much, you know, almost get to the point where they could have took out, almost the whole Senate. So, yeah, man, it's definitely a sad. It was a sad and crazy day for me. I don't get all into the whole I'm American saluting type stuff. I was like, look at these ignorant, crazy folks here. Like, this is ridiculous. So, it is though. But I think now my fear is that now people got their chest poked out. I feel like a civil war is inevitable. You know, it's definitely coming.
It's on the rise.
And in the words of my man Bilal, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Facts.
So, hey, they didn't show they're capable of anything. So be ready.
I'm gonna tell you this: don't use your bullets on the range. Why waste them? So like,
I ain't been to the range in a while because I've been stockpiling.
Yeah. Lefty, I don't know. When you said you ain't want to, I ain't want to see nobody get shot either, man. But I sure wanted to see some head busting at least.
4 people died.
Yeah.
Let's 4 people died.
Yeah.
Right.
They died unnecessarily.
It's up to 5.
It's up to 5
The
now.
police officer that got
Well, the police officer died. Yeah, hit him in the head with a fire extinguisher. So 5 people died unnecessarily. They had no business going into the Capitol building. They had my man with his feet up on Pelosi's desk. And the most disrespectful thing is for the Federal Bureau of Investigations to come back and say, well, we need help identifying these people. They didn't have no fucking mask on. What did you have to identify? But because the problem is they had to be forced to do it. It shouldn't have happened in the first place. It was a total disrespect of our democracy. It was completely absurd. And the thing is, if America, including white America, don't look at that as a problem, then you ain't part of the problem, you're not part of the solution.
Oh, they definitely are.
Exactly. All right, man. I know we could talk about this for the whole show, man, but we're gonna get the people what they want, and we about to get into wild card weekend. Everything football, except for my man Lucky Lefty is gonna veer off. That could be trouble.
But
I'm gonna let my man do his thing.
And he better be careful with his words he used.
There you go. Black Snake
Moan.
AKA Slide Dog.
Hey, that's Black Snake Lamar. All right, man. Hey, Ivan, if you can give my man PG69 the screen, man, so he can put some smoke in the air.
All right. It's time for that Put Some Smoke in the Air segment. First of all, I want to say greetings. I am on set today. I am at the brand new Cigar Lounge in Hammond, Indiana. It's called Society Cigar Lounge, located 4721 Holman Avenue on all social media outlets. And it happens to be my nephew's shop, so you know it's dope. So come out here and check them out. First of all, we're going to say R.I.P. to the Dodgers great, Tommy Lasorda. He passed at the age of 93. Of course, we all know his background. He was the godfather for the L.A. Dodgers.
Facts.
He was their manager. Yes, sir. And then we're going to do it up for one of the NBA greats, Paul Westphal, NBA player from 1972-84, coach from 85-2016, NBA championship with the 94 Celtics, another great. 2021 hitting hard already for the sports industry. And we're giving it up for a woman's work. That's what we're going to call this. Katie Sowers, 49ers assistant coach, will not return next year. She was a receiving coach. She was the first female coach to coach in the Super Bowl, second female coach in the NFL. First one was Jen Welcher, Arizona Cardinals in 2015. So no, she came to end her contract, no future plans announced yet. So we're going to put some smoke in there for all those. And last but not least, Florida's basketball player, Keontae Johnson. We all remember when he was in the game, he was running out and the man collapsed. Now, we already know how that usually happens when we see a player collapse like that. 9 times 10, we know it's a heart condition or something like that. He did have a heart ailment that ended his season for the year, but he came back. And when he came back, the players had an honorary coaching seat for him on the sideline, and he spoke out about him being their official team leader. Everybody was so happy to see him get back. So we definitely happy to see him back. Speedy recovery and get on back to your team. Let's go, Ben.
Hey, PG, did you forget about the sister for the Boston Red Sox? Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know what?
With y'all.
We did. Ben didn't update my notes, man. Go ahead. Give it to him, Sly. Tell me about it.
Well, I don't know much about it because I didn't read it, but I know she's an assistant for the Boston Red Sox. This has got to be historic. I don't care about the color. It's a woman in general. Hey, give her props.
She's the second one, too. Yep.
What up, DJ Gandy?
What up, Candy Gandy?
All right, let's hear this disrespect. I'm ready for it. And I'm going to have something to say once it's over.
Man. So what we about to get into, man, is Lefty's Logic presented by Lucky Lefty. And he said there is no I in team. And I think my man is talking about Irving, but not Julius Dr. J. Irving. Let's go.
Be careful.
Hold on. Look at here. I was all set. I had a little shout out to Tom Brady ready and everything. Wild card weekend. I was trying to stick to the script, but then Thursday happened. And Kyrie started Kyrie. And it's ironic because Kevin Lauder did the Kyrie on us today. He didn't show up for the game. He didn't call his coach. They said some reports say he texted his teammates. Others say he did. No one knew where he was. Kyrie, come on, fam. What is going on with you? And the sad part for me is, believe it or not, he's one of my favorite players to watch. Like his game, man, probably the best scorer under 6'3", since Iverson. I mean, the man can finish. The man handles an unbelievable. Pretty much trained by Rod Strickland, who was his godfather. The man, he's in he's back in another situation for the third time. We're gonna go into it a little bit. For the third time, where he's with a contender and he got a chance to either get a championship or be playing for a championship. But I'm not going to go too hard on him because we really don't know what's going on. Hopefully it's not a family issue or something like that. But if he's just doing this just on some old, just trying to be a rebel. So let's take it back. You was with Cleveland, won a championship with LeBron, forced your way out of there because you was tired of playing Robin to LeBron. Went to Boston, supposed to be the leader. You was Batman. You had your own team, great young talent around you. What is that rumbling in the back? Somebody mute your thing. Had great young talent around you. You got hurt. They realized they could win without you. And now on to Brooklyn. Now you get in Brooklyn. First year, you get there with KD. KD's gone. KD's out for the year. You had a chance to establish yourself as the leader of the team. You got hurt again. Sat out. Brooklyn still makes the playoffs. But you and KD get together and say you don't want the coach. And then you get your own coach. Then y'all take y'all ignorant asses on the podcast and say, do we really need a coach? I don't get it, fam. I don't get it. Then all the things you talk about, what you said about the media being pawns. So why did you sign in Brooklyn if you got a problem with the media? Because Brooklyn, last time I remember, it's in New York, which is the media mecca. So if you don't want to deal with the media, if you don't want to deal with all the outside stuff, go play in Minnesota. Go play in Charlotte, somewhere where Oklahoma City, somewhere you can lay low key and do your sage thing, and the earth is flat, and all this other type of ignorant stuff. The biggest problem with Kyrie is he's missing so much that his value, he drops in value. When I always say, if you watch our other podcasts, value is based off need. And once these teams see they don't need you. So what happened Thursday when you didn't show up and y'all were playing the team with the best record in the NBA and a team that's in your conference? They went out without you. Of course, KD, we know, recovered from the injury. He got restrictions. But they went out there without you and won. And they didn't just win, they laid hands and feet on Philly without you.
They felt them.
Value dropping, fam, again. Your value is decreasing again. And the rate that you're going, and you didn't travel with the team to Memphis, at the rate you're going, you're going to end up finishing your career in Sacramento or some team like that playing for lottery spots every year, because no contender's going to want to deal with you. No contender's going to want to deal with you. It's constant with you. Great talent. On court, man, I ain't got no issue with you. Dude, you can ball. Like, man, like I said, you're one of my favorites to watch. But the fact is that you keep pulling all this other nonsense. You keep putting your foot in your mouth, saying the wrong things, and now you're acting on it. Come on, bro. You got to do better. And like I said, I'm not going to go in too hard on you just because the fact that we don't know what's going on. Is it a mental problem? Is it a family issue? We really don't know. But if it's not, oh my goodness, I'm not going to give you the Smokefella finger today, but I am going to tell you, whatever you're going through, get over it. Get the hell over it and get on the court.
Hey, Lauren, hey, my man Booz, what's up with you, man?
What up, cousin?
Hey, man, you hit it right on the head, man. The things that he is showing, it's like he mentally out of tune, man. It's like something's wrong with him up there, man. Especially when he came out and said the world was flat.
Yo, hey, Lucky, when you were saying that he'll mess around to get traded somewhere else, another great point guard whose career went down the drain, man, he had to go overseas to be a god.
Mm-hmm.
Stephon Marbury, baby.
Yeah.
He's headed down that type of career. Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself. You got it.
To put Marbury and Kyrie in the same sentence as Asadon to begin with. So PG, I'm gonna let that go because that's like saying you and Paul George are the same, which technically you are. So
never.
Maybe I use another analogy. You know what? You know the thing is with Kyrie, man, he wears feelings on his shoulder. That's his problem. Kyrie actually set out because he can't deal with all the race tensions. He has an issue with that. Second of all, Kyrie just paid for 7 kids their full tuition to go to HBCU.
Yeah. Not saying he's a bad guy.
So what I need you to do, first of all, Lefty, is look at the person, because what you like to do, and it's a bad trait of you, and I hate that you're a Cancer, but I have no choice in the matter, is you judge people first without knowing the details of everything else. That bothers me. To talk about the man's career, first you say he ball out, which he do, but then you talked about all the bad shit. Well, you contradicted yourself in your whole soliloquy, which I fell asleep on. The problem is this. Kyrie is different. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But the problem I do agree with you with, he don't know how to express himself. That's my issue. What if you'd have had a problem and went on to DC, you should have told your coach and said out. Fine. Mm-hmm. But to just not show up to work when all of us working Americans got to show up, that was completely idiotic.
Did they come out and say that's what it was, though?
So,
yeah, but they said that
if he's having some type of a mental breakdown, you need to address that shit now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, as a professional athlete, as a professional period, you can't just not show up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
As a player, as an athlete, you can't not just, you can't not show up. Like, I think Kyrie's going through something, and I'm sure what the atmosphere around the country, I'm sure that's a part of it too. But Kyrie was also having issues or having these episodes earlier, way earlier that we started picking up on. And now that we know and we realize this is a continued trait, I feel like that needs to be addressed. Is Kyrie mentally okay before he goes back and plays basketball, man? Like, I mean, that's the truth in my opinion. I don't know, man, like Boo said, I don't know if his mentals are right or not. And obviously it's not, because you just walking out, just not show up on the team. Like, that's ridiculous.
And that's exactly what I said. I love how Sly disagrees with me just to agree with me. So you and Kyrie must got the same psychiatrist. How about that?
Well,
Sly loves to disagree just to turn around and agree. I didn't diss the man game or nothing like that. And I said I wasn't going to go in until we know what's going on with him. But it is certain things are unwritten rules. It's not just not showing up and disrespecting your coaches. It's being there for your teammates. Like certain things, man. Like I if you're not hurt or something big isn't going on, I expect you to be out on the battlefield with me. So that's a problem.
Hey,
Lefty,
man.
Lefty. Let's just keep this 100 and keep it real, because that's what we do on this show. Kyrie wants to be Batman, but he's not, because the simple fact is that he lacks leadership. He lacks leadership, man. Let's get it. Everywhere he has been, he has not been that leader that he needs to be, man. Let's just call it what it is. And then, I'm sorry,
but we talking about two different subjects.
My man has a problem with staying healthy, man. And when, like, Lefty hit on something, when you can't stay on the court and they win without you, why do we need you and pay you all this money? We can't pay you all this money if you're not useful to us, man. It's a business. And before we keep going, man, Mr. Late to the Party,
Kev in the background.
Come on in, Kev. Man, you know you're getting fined.
Choke Trump.
Catch the fine.
Kevin Kyrie louder. Late to the party.
No, Kevin Dennis Rodman louder.
I'm not Kyrie because I actually showed up to work.
Oh yeah, you just came late.
I apologize. I'm a little late. I take the heat for that. My bad. My alarm didn't go off. It was a long night. It's Capricorn.
That's why I came home and why you stayed. The difference?
Yeah. So I apologize. I apologize, fellas, for that. I want to chime in real quick on Kyrie. I'm not giving him a pass.
What?
I'm not. You said we don't know if it's mental health or we don't know what's going on. So we're going to judge what we see for right now. And what we see right now is an idiot. You're supposed to be one of the leaders of the team. You don't show up for work. So let's say they're having a team meeting and one of the rookies don't show up. You don't think Kyrie has anything to say about that? Yeah, he does. So you held to the same standard. If something's going on, we'll find out later. Right now, you didn't show up for work, bro. You're one of the top players on the team. We are predicted to go to the finals. It's expectations of us. You recruited KD to come there. You don't show up? We don't know what's going on with you. So until we know what's going on with you, you're an idiot. And it's a track record. You fell out in Boston. You wanted to leave LeBron in Cleveland, even though he was a big reason why you won a championship. You did your thing too, don't get me wrong. But you wasn't the man. You was the man until LeBron got there. So I think he has a problem with being the man deep down. But you ain't gonna never be the man over KD. So if that's the problem, if Steve Kerr's the problem, who just got there, it can't be Steve Kerr.
Steve Nash,
I'm sorry. It can't be Steve Nash because Steve Nash just got there. Steve Nash
that was a liquor, Lefty. That was a liquor, Lefty.
Yeah, that was alcohol talking.
My bad, not Steve Kerr, Steve Nash. But it can't be the coach. It can't be a coach problem because the coach don't let you do what you want to do. So what's the problem here?
Well, I think like Ben has said though, he wants to be Batman, but you carry a lot, and I don't think mentally he can carry that load talking to the media, Like Dylan, all that's a part of it. All that is a big part of it, and he can't handle it. He can't handle it. He should go play in Oklahoma somewhere.
Don't you think KD is going to take the most of the media questions, let's say, than Kyrie would?
He can't handle it either.
Right.
KD mentally soft.
I was going to say, do you think that that's the case? Do you think that he wants that attention? Deep down inside, he wants that attention? And he can't handle being the man as on the court, but he wants to be the man, behind the camera, and he ain't getting that attention.
Yeah. Yes. What you want, be careful what you ask for, because when it comes to your lap, if you're not ready for it, you don't look good. So
y'all saw on the Last Dance. Not only Mike had to perform on the court.
Oh my God!
He had to get himself together, and everybody was waiting on him to talk to him. You know what I mean? Like, he had to handle the media.
Ben, did you put silent penalty
fans? He had to shake hands, kiss babies. Like, all that was a part of him. All that was a part of him, and he got drained out. Like you said, Lefty, all that is a part of it, bro. If you're the man, you gotta take everything. You gotta handle all that.
Good God, man! I mean, this diatribe, these soliloquies, I can't take them no more. We going on and on and on. Kevin came on and talked more than all of us did combined since the show started. This got to stop.
Black Lamar.
Listen up, fellas. I'm gonna throw a
flag. Well, your beard taking
up
more than the space of everybody else, but we ain't saying nothing about that.
I'm gonna throw a flag early. I got on the referee shirt for a reason. I'm throwing a flag early because we're gonna come back to this one next week because the story is going to unfold, and that's where we can get into the rest of the sports news. But right now, we're about to get into any given Sunday. Let's go football. The new Longhorn. Slide this one for you. Longhorns hire Bama's OC Steve Sarkisian. Can he uplift Texas like Bama? Let's go, Sly.
Absolutely not. First of all, he's an alcoholic. He's a drunk. He was stumbling over there at USC. Are you high? Of course he can't. Steve Sarkisian is an alcoholic. They are the alcoholic to run the most prolific program in Texas. So he's going to drink.
They could have just hired you.
They could have just hired me.
Right.
Hey, Ivan, the man is an alcoholic. He could handle USC, which is the most foreign program in California. You think he stopped drinking?
Sly, I'm throwing a flag because you just said we can't bring up Kyrie's past. We can't bring up Kyrie's past. You want to bring up Steve alcoholic?
Hey, you did a quick backflip. I swear to God.
Oh my God!
Y'all need to stop, bro. The man is a drunk.
Oh, hey,
How do you?
Sly, you hit a phone booth and just came out somebody else.
You.
The man is not.
The man said he was stumbling on the sidelines. How you?
Hey, Sly. First of all, you're an alcoholic too. That's number one.
So we recognize it.
Number two, I don't think he can handle the job. It's the difference of being an offensive coordinator than it is being an actual head coach.
Yeah.
So actually, he's going to have to recruit. Kids are going to have to like him being in their living room if they're still doing that. Like, it's a difference in being a head coach. He didn't get a chance off USC because he got a DUI.
Damn. Vernon says he related to Tony La Russa. Damn.
That's cold.
Damn, that's cold.
That's rough.
Come on, man.
We're going to get to that come baseball season because I'm going to go in on La Russa. I ain't forgot. It's in my head. We're going to get to that. But
hey, man.
Man, it's different than being an offensive coordinator than it is a head coach, man.
You got to know how to recruit.
You got to recruit. Yeah, I don't think he succeeds at Texas.
Hey, Kevo, Sly, for him to be successful, it's what he got to put a team around him because, like y'all said, certain things he cannot do. He's shown that he can't do. So he got to put a team around him to help him do it, to make him successful. We'll see. We'll see.
The only thing he can do is sit in your kid living room and tell him where the bar at. That's it.
Whoa.
He's
Whoa.
I was calling a man an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And you offending sweets. Just so you know.
Sweet say he damn mad right now, Sly.
What I don't understand with the Texas program, I mean, y'all the Mecca high school football. Y'all got so many great players right in your backyard.
Talent.
Why y'all can't get them? But I guess with us living in Illinois with basketball, we ain't got nothing to say.
They fired Mike Brown. Mike Brown.
Yeah.
Mike Brown was the #1 recruiter in the state of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
When you fire him, they can hire all them coaches they want to with names. Them kids are not staying in Texas. Period and point blank.
That's a problem.
Just like USC. USC, that coach can't get nobody either.
Yeah.
All right, since we talking about NCAA, surprise, surprise. And I say surprise, surprise, because Bama's wide receiver Devontae Smith wins the 2020 Heisman Trophy. Not a QB, not a QB1, but a wide receiver. Thoughts, Lefty?
I mean, well deserved. The man had a hell of a season. Justin Fields didn't have enough games. Trevor Lawrence, I guess, missed with the COVID game. He sat out. So, I mean, he deserved it, man. I didn't, because all you've been hearing all year is about quarterbacks. But man, the man deserved it. He balled out this year, definitely. Top receiver in the country, clearly.
PG.
I agree with Lefty. I was astounded that Justin Fields wasn't in there, and then Kevin was like, "Well, he ain't have enough games.
He ain't playing enough games, yeah."
Okay, I can see him not playing enough games. It really just blew my mind because I just knew he was going to be in there with him. But again, like he said, man had 105 receptions, 105 receptions, 1,700 yards, and over 20 touchdowns for just this season alone. And he's done this all 4 years, man. He wasn't the #1 receiver because Water was, but he still had #1 numbers. So the boy balled out. So you can't take it from him.
I mean, I think we over. I mean, if Waddle getting hurt, what benefiting him is Waddle getting hurt. Let's stop it. I like Devontae Smith. He's pretty decent. He good, but Waddle getting hurt helped him out a little bit. I think Desmond Howard.
Yeah,
he's not Desmond Howard. He's not Desmond. He's not even in Desmond Howard category. Or he can't carry his bag as the last wide receiver to win the Heisman. So stop it.
Desmond Howard,
man. Come on, man.
It was well deserved. It was well deserved.
Stop it.
Smith is a game changer.
He's not.
It was well deserved. Mac Jones, his quarterback, won't make it in the NFL though. So I would have been disappointed if Mac Jones?
Mac Jones, yeah.
I would have been disappointed if Mac Jones would have got it because now it's a quarterback thing they was doing. Smith got it. He deserves it. He's clearly the best player as far as on the best team for the year. Clearly deserved. Now, had Cal Trask not stunk up the joint, he was on his way. He was on his way of being the highest.
Tell Steve to jump out his nearest window.
Hey, Steve. Trask was on his way on a stretch for the year. During the stretch, he was on his way.
Yeah, but that bowl game took him down.
Yeah,
he
was on his way. But Smith
didn't
well
some of the top players from Florida opt out?
His receivers.
He still had Pitts.
Then it's like 3 of his top 4 receivers.
Yeah.
A couple of his top receivers. 4 of the top receivers.
That was the reason why he went to bed. But like Kev say, that's neither here nor there.
But it was the turnovers though. I mean, even without your top receivers, some of them interceptions were bad. Yeah, some of them interceptions were horrible.
Hey, little Timmy.
Ben,
contract. Little Timmy, watch yourself, man. Watch yourself, little Timmy.
Ben,
That's PG good. That's PG good.
He's been trying to come for me. So remember, watch yourself.
Ben, flag.
Little Timmy.
Personal foul, Ben. Personal foul, Ben.
All right. I'm gonna get myself. I'm gonna put myself.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's talk about the college football championship, man. So last week we talked about you know, Ohio State winning the playoffs and all that. So now we got Ohio State #1 Bama. I mean, you got top players all over the field in this game. What is your thoughts? Now, Ohio State has a mild COVID outbreak within their team. How will that affect things? Tell me y'all thoughts on this game. And KDL, I'm gonna come to you first, but don't get on the diatribe. So let's go.
You know you're finna get on him. Watch
I
Slide.
was gonna say let Slide go first so we can all disagree. But since you want to come to me first, not saying Ohio State cannot win the game, not saying Ohio State does not have talent, not saying Ohio State ain't good. They're not beating Bama. They're not. Alabama has clearly been the best team all year long and will prove to be come Monday night. That's just facts. Justin Fields is good. He's a little banged up. I know he's going to play. I think it's going to be a shootout because I don't think Alabama's defense is the same as years past. Ohio State, you can score on Ohio State, but Ohio State can score. So I think it's going to be a shootout. Bama wins. I'm going to say 41-35.
Hey, Kevo, if Trey Sermon gets to running downhill, it could be a long night. Lefty.
Harris is better than him, but go ahead.
You know what? After seeing what Ohio State did to Clemson, I'm not doubting them. I'm not, man. And Bama got a team. I mean, Bama has a great team. But I mean, Ohio State, because they didn't play as many games and you know, everybody has something to say, man. I mean, the talent they showed, they can score with anybody. You can't if you just think this is gonna be a blowout. If you think everybody think Bama's gonna go out here and run up and down the field on Ohio State all day, you're in for a big surprise. I ain't betting on it, but I'm gonna take Ohio State by 5. I'm gonna take Ohio State by 5, and like you said, shootout. It's gonna be a
tell you
shootout.
this.
Hey, look,
Ohio State
No.
is not Notre Dame.
Right. No.
Let's just make that clear. Sorry, Lefty. Sorry, Timmy. They not Notre Dame.
I mean, it is what it is, though. It is what it is.
So, I'm not going to disrespect Ohio State either. I think it's going to be a very good game, a close game, but I'm still going to roll with Bama. And before it get out y'all mouth, either one of y'all say it. Say the word. Say 3 letters, B-E-T. Just say it, and you got it.
Well, hey, PG, I already got one with Sly.
Bet.
He probably don't. Already did it again.
Bet. I already knew it was coming. Bet. And I'm gonna tell you the difference maker with this game is it's gonna be Najee Harris. I don't trust Ohio State's linebackers. It's gonna be Najee Harris. Watch what I tell you.
Only thing I gotta tell you is last time, since none of you guys use statistics, because first of all, Lefty can't because he left-handed. Ben can't because he can't see. You never use statistics because you went to Thornton and PG.
Say it again.
PG Dunbar, you know what it is. Look, let me tell you something.
I said Ohio State.
Oh, well, you did say that.
All, you didn't even pronounce it right, and I dare you to spell it.
Right.
But go ahead.
Only thing I got to tell you is this. Last time they faced each other in the finals, Ezekiel Elliott, Michael Thomas, 42-35, Ohio State. And guess what? It doesn't matter. It's 2014. But guess what? It's going to be the same. Ohio State will beat Alabama without a doubt because guess what? Eric Sermon and them gonna run down.
That's Trey Sermon, not Eric Sermon.
I'm thinking about the rapper.
EPMD.
Right. Trey Sermon is gonna kill him. He gonna be the bigger person over Najee. Let's go.
Hey, Gandy say, can he get a bet too?
Tell Gandy, I bet he cut his dreads off.
Damn.
Well, they already fell out, so.
He a fella, though.
Wow. Hey, fellas, we got 15 minutes before the start of the first wild card game, man.
Yes,
so let's touch on that. We're gonna jump to that, and we're gonna come back to some other stories. And I got a couple questions about NCAA football. But wild card Saturday, man, we got the Colts at 11-5 and the Bills at 13-3. Josh Allen and the Bills have been steamrolling opponents. Josh got a cannon. That defense has been playing lovely. I mean, what's your thoughts on it, man? Who you picking? PG, who you picking for this game?
I'm gonna go with the Bills. I think it's gonna be a close game. Indiana's defense is tough, man. Them cornerbacks, they are not suspect like that. They got some damn good cornerbacks over at Indianapolis. So I'm gonna go with the Bills, but it's gonna be real close. I'm gonna say maybe 24-17.
Ooh, okay. KDL.
I got Buffalo. at home. Ultimately, I think it's going to be Buffalo versus Kansas City for the AFC Championship. But let's stick to this game. Buffalo is going to beat Indianapolis. Phillip Rivers will show up as Phillip Rivers at the end of the day.
Damn.
At the end of the day. So Buffalo will win. I'm going to go 31-24. I think it's going to be some points scored. 31-24.
You think Noodle Arm gonna score like that?
Yeah, because Jonathan Taylor gonna score.
You called him
So
Noodle
yes.
Arm?
Yeah, they're gonna Indianapolis puts up points, bro. They can score now. They can score. It's just they gonna score enough to beat Buffalo.
Noodle Arm?
Yeah.
Hey, that's Lucky's phrase, man. He coined it.
Noodle arm.
Lefty.
You know what? Indianapolis, they have surprised me. I've doubted them all year. And I'm gonna keep doubting them right now. Noodle Arm Rivers, this is his last game of his NFL career. Great career, Phillip Rivers. I'm gonna congratulate you now. Buffalo is playing some of their best football going into the playoffs. They rolling. I don't see Indianapolis having a shot at this at all. And it's not even about home field advantage because without fans or limited fans, I don't think that's as big of a deal as it once was. But I do agree. I think the Colts, it'll be tough. They're not going to do what they did to Miami last week. It's going to be a tough game. Indianapolis got a tough team. That secondary, them corners, them boys hit. So when Diggs and them catch that ball, boy, you about to catch one. Just know them boys are hitters. But I think Indy keeps it close, but Buffalo pulls it out.
Well, they got 6,500 fans that they letting into the stadium today. They said, hey, they haven't been to the playoffs since what, 95?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah.
So it's been a while. So they letting 6,500 fans into the stadium to cheer them on.
And they say Green Bay letting fans in too. When the Green Bay plays next week.
Yeah,
they're like 6,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Sly, what's your comments, man? Who you going with?
I'm going with the Colts in the upset. I mean, I'm gonna go. Of course, I always don't go with the favorites like my panel.
Right. Well, of course you would.
I'm gonna go with the Colts in the upset. Matter of fact, I'm on my favorite site right now, betting $50 to find Devin Singletary scored 2 touchdowns.
Damn.
Whoa.
Hey, Sly, I'll put a bet in too. I'm not gonna tell you what it was, but let's win today. Let's go.
Let's go.
No free promotion. Don't say the site.
Right.
I did. And we did.
We did.
No free promotion.
I'm betting every game. I'm betting something on every game all weekend, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go.
And PG69, you gonna get a bill for that free promotion. I know we showing love. You getting the bill. You getting the bill, baby.
First one on us, man. One on us.
I was just letting y'all know where I was on site at.
Is that what it was?
We didn't ask you for that though.
Hey, as my boy Tim would say, well,
that was a shameless plug.
You got a little commercial in.
Yeah, we're gonna let you have that one. Next week, you're getting taxed. Hey, I got a question for y'all, man. College football championship. What is the one change that you would make for the playoffs? And I'm gonna come to you. Let's go there, KDL. You jumping out first. He raised his hand like this. Welcome back, Carter.
I think they need to not only the playoffs. I think they need to make an overall change in college. They need to take the targeting rule out. They need to stop that. Either if you're gonna call targeting, then give a 15-yard penalty. I don't think guys that have worked all their career as a senior, that's working hard to get in the NFL, You deem it targeting. I deem it a good hit. You throw me out the game. And I got to sit a half the next game. I think that's bull. I think they need to either take it out or change it. You can't. You costing guys games because of that. They threw the dude out of Clemson. Sly gonna say that was targeted because he hit Ohio State player. I don't say it's targeted. Yeah, he led with his head, but if a guy ducks, I have no other way to hit him.
Yeah, that was a bad call.
You can't throw me out the game for that. You know what I mean? Give me a 15-yard penalty. But don't throw me out the game, bro. And I got to sit another half. That's bull to me, target.
Yeah, that's it. The half. That's strong. Lefty, what would you change?
Everything. You know how I feel about college football? I think it's absolute nonsense and it's bull. The fact that, you know, it's still all these years, man, and it's still, to me, this is the only sport, college football, to where it seems to not be decided on the field, where the people, you still got people and computers picking who the best teams in. Let them play for it, man. If you're a conference champion, especially a BCS and one of the BCS conferences, conference champions should have a shot at the national title. Now, they go out there and get blown out, they get blown out. Bama and Ohio State, yeah, they probably are the best two teams in the country, but man, it's no way that these other schools shouldn't have had at least a chance. You gotta expand the playoffs. Don't nobody want to see the damn Xfinity Bowl or the damn AT&T Bowl and all these weird little bowls they doing. Make some damn playoffs. Let them sponsor the bowls and let it be decided on the field by the players. That's all I'm gonna say with that. I ain't gonna get no long lefty logic about it, but that's how I feel.
I agree with that because Notre Dame shouldn't have been in.
Hey, PG.
We ain't going that far.
Real quick. Man,
blown out in the conference game.
Because I'm going to actually say the same thing Lucky said, man. I would love to see them go away from this computer, APA, and however they do the playoffs for who go on to the playoffs. I like to see it just like the NCAA. Put them in brackets. May the best team win. Put the top seeds against the lower seeds, and let's see some of them Cinderella upsets or people who actually deserve to still be in there, man. We don't never get to see people like the Oregon Ducks, you know what I'm saying, in these type of games. And these people deserve to be in this game, man. They got hellified records. They blowing people out. They never there. We always see the same old teams there. I'm tired of it, man. I'm with Lucky.
And you know what, to add to that, since Angry Man fell out for a minute, it would also help kind of even out the recruiting process. Of course, Bama and Clemson, Ohio State going to dominate recruiting because they're going to be in the damn playoffs every year. And so at least if I'm a kid and I'm looking, or my family, we sitting here trying to decide which school to go to, at least if I know I got a shot at playing for a championship, man. Some of these teams, I'm not going to say they deserve to be there Monday, but at least deserve a chance to prove that they should be there Monday.
Let me ask y'all a question, because it'll never be exactly like the basketball. But let me ask y'all a question. Do you think it should go to 6? Do y'all think it should go to 8? Maybe top 2 get a bye?
How many BCS conferences is it?
Because it'll never be like the basketball.
No. You can't have every conference. But how many BCS?
That's just like that.
How many BCS?
Okay.
Five conferences?
I think it's five power conferences, and there's always somebody else making. That's how Notre Dame got in. So it's 5 power. It's 5 power.
You get the five conference champs and either 1 or 2 at large teams that get voted in, or however they do what they want to do with their computers. Top seed get a bye, whatever, and play it out, man. It's not rocket science. It's not. The blueprint is laid out. It ain't rocket science.
So you going towards 8? You would go towards 8, man.
Hey, you see, Sweet.
Let 2 play.
Ain't nobody gonna pay to see Chicago State versus Oliver Harvey. They going with the money team every year.
Yeah, but on Sweet's point, that would be it wouldn't be that, because you can look at Texas A&M, you can look at Florida, you can do the teams that was 6, 7, and 8, and say, okay, let them in. They'll play. If they're not good enough, they get knocked out. You're still gonna come down to the top teams. It's just you giving another team a top opportunity in the first week.
All it takes is one off day. One off day.
That's all it takes. So let's give an example real quick. You sit Bama and Clemson out. They was the top 2. You let Florida, Texas A&M, Notre Dame, you let all them play. And now the next weekend, you bring Bama and Clemson in. If they good enough to win, they'll be sitting there waiting on Bama and Clemson. If not, it is what it is.
There it is. Well, we got that angry man talk before he go off again.
Well, first of all, for some reason my battery went dead on the laptop, but it did it because all this diatribe and all this conversation was probably worthless to begin.
Well, you got a weak Wi-Fi, but go ahead.
It's called a charger, you sin graduate.
Charger his laptop. His battery life like his knees, weak.
So the thing is, when you consist about colleges is this. It don't matter, Kevin, if it's 6 or 8. It's going to always be the same 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams. It doesn't matter. The problem is the power conferences at the top controls the recruiting. They got everything. The Ohio State, but Dabo turned Clemson around. Clemson used to be a joke.
Yep, sure.
So you got to give Dabo his credit.
Yeah, definitely.
He done turned it into one of the top programs in the country.
Definitely.
Because before Dabo got there, Clemson was a complete joke.
A complete joke.
Okay.
But slide, honestly, a serious question. Like, you don't think at least conference champions deserve a chance to at least, to at least go against the Bamas and the Clemsons to see if they at least a shot at the title, man?
It's no, because you're not going to have the WAC champion, the Midwest Conference.
They're not a BCS. They're not a power conference.
But you only got 5 power conferences though, Damani.
5 and get you 2 or 3 at
but your 5 conference champions do go.
Hey, Slide.
No, they don't know. Yeah, Notre Dame and Clemson were both in the playoffs, both played in the ACC.
Because the Pac-10 is so weak. If the Pac-10 was in there, it would have been different this year. The Pac-10 is the one you missed.
Angry man. You talked about recruiting and all that, but do you see what's going down in Jackson State? Have you been watching?
Well, they got an NFL quarterback though. I mean, excuse me, they got an NFL coach, NFL Hall of Fame.
Don't let all the hype of Jackson State get you to thinking that if I'm a 5-star recruit, I'm going. His son went down there because he had no choice. Okay, ain't no 5 stars. Ain't
look
no.
What he's building down there, man. Look what he's building. And when we talked about,
don't tell me he's building anything unless they get on the field. Stop it. They building something down there. They ain't played yet.
You just said it about Dabo. You have to start somewhere, and he has snatched 5-star, 4-star.
Show him to me. Name me one. His son was a 4-star. Name me one. Name me one.
When we talk about this next year, I'm gonna go back to this clip. And we gonna see what happens.
Ain't they playing the weakest teams? You talking about them other teams can't compete even when he do. So it's gonna be a joke. But put him up against a good college team, they get whooped.
Hey Sly, I'm gonna call you out on it.
You said they'll get whooped. You just said they ain't gonna play no game. They ain't play the game.
Hold on, watch this. You stood up for Cincinnati all year that was undefeated. You felt they should have got a shot. Okay. So Cincinnati, they did, but technically, Cincinnati was in the top 8, right or wrong, all year. They never got moved up. Okay.
No, they fell.
But they was in the top 8 per se the whole year.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't they at least get a shot? If they don't win their game in the playoffs,
they deserve a shot, man.
And it comes down to Ohio State, Bama, Clemson, that's cool.
Right.
But they should at least get a shot. I felt Cincinnati should get a shot. I felt Texas A&M got a shot.
They lost the game. They lost the game.
I'm not saying they're undefeated. What I'm saying is they were in the top 8 all year. So expand it to 8. Let those teams in. If they don't win, they don't win.
Okay.
But let them compete. You can't say Cincinnati undefeated all year and they don't have a shot. That's not right, man.
All right, man. The game start, man. NFL game start. Let's jump on the NFL. Let's get it.
Hey, check it out, man.
First of all, Michael Pence You don't control this show.
Whoa.
Hey, we at the top
You
of the
gonna call
hour,
the
man.
Hey,
We're
I'm
at
sorry.
the top. We're at the top of the hour, man. And since my man is super angry today,
Oh boy.
we gonna skip our commercial break. We ain't paying no bills right now, and we finna go into Angry Man segment presented by
Well, we do need a
Snake
break, though.
Lamar. Black Snake Lamar.
Hey,
Let's
look,
go.
I'm going to watch paint dry. I'll be back.
I'm ignoring the introduction. But first of all, what's really making me angry is everybody, even McShay, Kuiper, they got Justin Fields falling all the way down behind BYU quarterback, probably behind Trask. I don't know. They got Justin Fields going to the Patriots, who might end up being the best spot for him. But I want to throw out a little stats about Justin Fields. Justin Fields was finna break Colt McCoy completion percentage record. Colt McCoy had it at 76.7. Justin Fields finna break his record at 78.1%. The man had 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Of course, he threw 3 against Indiana. That's why the number bloated. But to me, when it comes to the black quarterback, it's always something. McShay knew he was wrong because he got on ESPN talking about, well, I'm getting all the tweets because it's the same thing over and over and over again with the African-American quarterback. You always want to put the white quarterbacks, BYU quarterback, he's not playing anybody. And I'll give Clemson quarterback because he played against competition. BYU ain't playing nobody. Okay. But for you guys to say the man dropped all the way down behind him and Trask is absolutely idiotic and absurd. And to me, it's disrespectful. They do black quarterbacks like this. Russell Wilson had no business going in the 3rd round. Cam Newton got disrespected. Lamar fell at 32nd to Baltimore. And luckily, the black GM took him there. I'm tired of this same thing every year with the African-American quarterback. It's like Justin Fields' numbers ain't enough, but BYU got numbers is enough to put them ahead. You nitpick them, that's absolutely killing me. Now, my second thing is this. Deshaun Watson. Understand, man. You get paid a lot of money, Deshaun, to play football, and understand that the Texans has been an absolute albatross of the NFL as an organization since the owner died. His son is idiotic. I get all that. But Deshaun, to me, I know you just wanted to be in the conversation. You ain't asked them to make all of these. You weren't trying to pick your head coach or GM. You just wanted them to talk to you. I know that was disrespectful because you like 86% or 83% of the offense. I get it, Deshaun. But to me, Deshaun, if you pick your quarterback, you pick your coach, you pick your GM, and y'all still don't win, then it falls back on you. Go out, Deshaun, play your game, do what you need to do, ball out. Next year, if they don't act right, call that country dude, McNair, tell him you want out. Do it that way. Don't get on Twitter. Don't act a fool. Angry Man section has been great. Thank y'all for listening. Appreciate it.
Now, who told you it was great?
Typically, I hate to agree with Sly because it's such a bad look, but he does have a great point. I don't see Justin Fields as falling behind Zach Wilson.
I don't either.
And I like Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson going to be a hell of an NFL quarterback. But Justin Fields is the truth, man. Hey, let him keep falling. Hopefully the Bears get him. Hell,
well, he falling to 15.
Let him keep falling.
The Patriots, you know who waiting on him if he falling.
You already know.
Like you said,
Sly,
if he fall all the way to Patriots, that might be one of the best things happen to him.
I agree on the Justin Fields take. I disagree on the Deshaun Watson take. And here's why. If you're Deshaun Watson, you see the walls crumbling. Now they're not going to trade you right now because they just gave you that money. But what you want to do is you want to make noise that I'm not happy. I am the franchise player. I don't feel y'all treat me right. Y'all, I'm finding out y'all getting a new GM off Twitter.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make noise right now.
I'm throwing a flag on you, Kev.
I'm out.
I'm throwing a flag on you, Kev.
And
What's
so
your
now,
flag, man?
Hey, Kev, you know why I'm throwing a flag on you? Because you've been on this show and you have said it many times when it comes to a team, you keep that stuff in the locker room, and now he out here whining and bitching like a little girl, and now you want to say it's okay. So I'm
He's a
throwing a flag
franchise
on
player.
your ass. I'm throwing a flag on you. He needs to stay in his place. He ain't an owner. He ain't a GM. So stop it, man.
He's a franchise player.
So what?
What are you
Play
talking
ball.
about?
Play ball.
Hold on. Can I disagree with your flag? He is the franchise player.
Oh, you want to throw a challenge on
He is the reason. Yes.
What channel the game on, man? What channel?
I want to throw a challenge.
NFL.
CBS.
I mean CBS.
First of all, he is the reason why you're relevant. I'm not give a damn about the Houston Texans. If it wasn't for Deshaun Watson, J.J. Watt finna walk out the door. So if I feel, and I appreciate the contract, appreciate the money, my bank account is tight. But I earned that. You deserve to give me that. So when it comes to making decisions, you should consult me. Yeah, I'm going to be arrogant. You should at least run it by me. Now, you're going to make the decisions of what you want to do with your organization.
It's business, man.
You should at least run it by me. I'm the franchise quarterback. You traded my boy. You tore the team. We ain't got a first-round draft pick. Because you let another idiot run the – come on, man. If you
come into your job, Kev, if you come into your job and they want to put you on the
we're
night
talking
shift,
about sports.
They don't say nothing to you. They just
don't do that. Don't do that. We're talking about professional sports. We're not talking about everyday life. We're talking about professional sports.
Come on, Lefty. Come on, Lefty.
You give up your leverage when you sign that contract. So at this point, you do kind of got to take whatever's given. Because didn't he sign the contract after they traded Hopkins? With Bill O'Brien still there, knowing that thing was going down here, knowing it was a mess, you signed it anyway.
But you gotta take the money. You gotta take the money.
Look.
You'd be a fool not to take the money.
You either gamble on yourself, but don't sign it, and then the next year complain about how things are being run. It's been ran jacked up over there forever. So now you wanna get in and stir it up and cause this big fuss, and now you want to demand a trade, but now you under control. That's one thing I love about NBA players. They control their destiny. He ain't going nowhere. Where the hell Deshaun Watson going?
So guess what? You know what Deshaun needs to do? He needs to pray to Black Jesus that they do some right moves, period.
Because Ben said it right, Kevin. You're absolutely wrong on this one. You're absolutely wrong. He signed, like Lucky said, he signed the contract. Now, I understand you want to talk. You may want to talk to the GM and see, hey, you know what I'm saying? I just want to see what's going on in your mind. What direction you think about going? You trying to give me some more receivers? We're going to show up this offensive line. What's in your brain? Let me pick your brain a little bit. You know, that way. But you going on Twitter and talking about it's absolutely nonsense. And just like your job. If you sell your soul for the money, sell your soul for the money, you got to deal with it. And he took the money, and so he got to deal with it. Period. Do not say you can't compare the two.
Stop comparing. Stop comparing everyday life,
How can you not compare it, bro?
Hey, Kev, read that comment for us, man.
Professional sports is still a job, bro.
Read the comment, Kev.
Hey, Sweets, you right about that. We did some championship drinking last night. You're right about that.
That's why you off your game. You was late to work.
I'm not off my game. I'm making a valid point. Y'all comparing this to everyday life. I can't go to my job and demand, I want out because of this. You can't compare professional sports to a regular job.
He can't do it either. He on the contract. How he gonna do it? How he gonna do it? He can't go nowhere to that contract until they decide.
He is a star player. He got to go and play.
Don't make a difference.
He is a star player. He's a franchise player, bro. He has say so.
He has no say so.
I get it. He can't make his own move, but he has a right to be unhappy, and he has a right to voice it.
What you got, Ivan?
I agree with both sides. He has a right to voice, and I think his voice should force the front office to cater to him more. Right? That's what you get. You speak up because you're not getting something that you want. Right? There's obviously he wants to be the team to be better. I feel like Deshaun, with everything that's going on, and I could first of all, they can ask you about the coach They can talk to you about the personnel that's going to help you directly on the field. I can understand that, but the GM, I think that's more of an ownership decision. You know what I'm saying? You have to decide because this person's going to be pretty much running your team. You know, there's money behind it. You want somebody that you're going to pick. You can't let your young 27-year-old franchise quarterback dictate what your franchise does. Like you got to go ahead and take ownership for yourself. But what I'll say with this, Deshaun deserves a better team. He deserves a better team.
Agreed.
I think him speaking up is going to get him that. It's going to get him anyway. But his
that's all
is going to get him a better team in Houston.
Yes.
But I don't see him like getting like a trade. That's like an astronomical odds that he gets traded to a team. Like, what are they going to ask for Deshaun? What would you give for Deshaun? Everything. You know what I'm saying? You for a team that needs a quarterback, desperate teams that need quarterbacks, a Deshaun Watson you'd give everything to have 8 to 10 years of good quarterback play.
But Ivan, that's my point. I'm not saying he controls anything because this is the NFL. He controls nothing. But he has the right to voice his opinion because if he's unhappy, if your star player is unhappy, you're going to do something to make him happy. Because eventually
in the locker room,
it's going to be a problem.
Go to the GM and go to the owner's office and voice your opinion there. Get off social media. Get out of the.
That's
the problem. That's the day and age, though.
But that's the problem too. That's a problem though because you're going directly and putting your business, your business out to whoever and whatever to try to get your way, and it's almost like backstabbing in a way. In a way, because you're this relationship. Because it's like, hey, we have this relationship, right? We're going to agree and disagree, but let's keep it between us. When I feel like more like you can get what you want from going straight to social media, but is it going to really mend anything, or is the relationship going to necessarily get better? I don't necessarily.
Well, he found out about a GM on social media, so why can't he voice his concern on social media? So what are we talking about? So, you can't have it both ways. If we got a relationship, then hey, I know you in the Bahamas, bro, but we thinking about hiring this GM. How you feel about it? They still gonna make their decision.
So, Kev, let me ask
you.
But
at least you the franchise player. I'm gonna run it right.
Clearly, I know he had a decision firing Bill O'Brien. I know that.
But fellas, my whole beginning of what I said was he deserved to be talked to, or at least given his opinion.
I agree.
But that's it.
Thank you.
But that's it. I said that in the beginning. So when you said you disagree with me, I don't understand why. I said that in the beginning. But my thing with Deshaun was, then you went on social media, same old this. You didn't have to do that, bro. You said what you had to say. Go out there and ball. Because now, by you putting on social media, now you're almost forcing the McNair to say, okay, he is my franchise quarterback. Now I got to pick this coach that he want, or he might talk about trade. Then when he do that and y'all lose, now it's going to fall back on you. Just go out there and ball, bro. Let them handle their business. You do your job on the field is all I'm saying.
He's been doing his job on the field.
Hold on, but where Ivan made a great point is, ownership don't talk to players. They just don't. And Jerry Jones made, but so what Deshaun Watson can do, what he can do is talk to this new GM and maybe have a say on who's the next coach. But that GM job, you're not going to listen to players on that part. But I think they will. They're supposed to have a sit down, I think Monday. But I think they will kind of ask his input on who the next coach is going to be. But I understand these players. I understand these players right now. But I'm not about the GM, but I understand these players right now because when that team fails, you fail. Deshaun Watson's the face of that franchise. Every year he don't get in the playoffs, so they suck. They're gonna look at Deshaun as a failure. So yeah, it does fall.
I mean, JJ Watt went on his whole soliloquy when he was sitting up there. When he completely went off. But the one person when he walked off the field, he came up to and talked to was Deshaun Watson. I'm sorry.
Because he knows his squad.
I'm sorry. And for you idiots, and I'm sorry, Ben, I know you want to carry on, but I got to say this. For you idiots that keep putting up Deshaun and Trubisky stats, they are nowhere near alike.
No, they're not.
Because Deshaun had an idiot head coach, a terrible owner, and a piss poor GM, Don't ever compare.
The Bears
Don't
didn't
ever compare.
And the Bears
the
did.
Bears don't have a terrible.
No,
Right.
the problem is the Bears have more. Deshaun ain't never had no defense. That 2018 was a farce for the Bears. Stop comparing Deshaun Watson and Trubisky as like Trubisky is on the same level. Quit.
With the James Evans, baby.
Talking about
Fellas,
Trubisky
fellas,
is just
fellas.
as good as Deshaun.
Like that's how your hair would look if it went for Beijing.
Wow.
Hey, fellas, since we talk about teams and the makeup and what they need to do in the off season, dude, you nuts. You nuts. Let's talk about these teams like the Jacks, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Falcons, the Bengals. They are top of the draft board this year. What do they need in these organizations? Jacks need a QB. Jets need a QB. Or do they? You got the Dolphins via Houston, which was a travesty, but that's neither here nor there. Like my man KBL said,
Right.
Dolphins need wide receivers, cornerbacks, safeties, linebackers. They need it all. Falcons, they need a QB, or do they? But they need offensive line. They need a linebacker. And the Bengals need a whole rehaul on their offensive line. How do we make these teams better with the players that we got in the draft? You got Lawrence. You got Penny, the offensive line tackle from Oregon. You got Fields out there. You got Micah Parsons out there from Penn State, 6'3", 245-pound linebacker. Wide receiver, you got Jamar Chase from LSU. I mean, how do you fix these teams? I'll let you go in first, Lefty.
Prayer, Black Jesus. What else? A lucky horseshoe, unicorn, all that. No, but like Miami's in a great position. I mean, to be a 10-win team and still have a top 5 draft pick via Houston, which goes back to what we were just talking about with Bill O'Brien, who is a total idiot. But the Jets need an overhaul look. Honestly, I know everybody's saying take Lawrence, take Fields, or Zach Wilson, however they got him ranked. But if I'm a team like the Jets and I got Sam Darnold, who I think at 23 years old, physically, I think the boy can play, can play. You get you a decent coach in there, you trade that pick, and you will get a haul. You will get a haul of picks in order for somebody to trade up and get Justin Fields. If you Jacksonville, you just need a quarterback. You can't come back with Gardner Minshew and Mike Glennon. You can't come back with them. So for those teams, I think, like for Jacksonville, they got to take the quarterback. You got to take the franchise quarterback. I think the Jets should really consider trading that pick to a desperate team that'll give them 2 first-rounders and 2 second-rounders, and that's how you turn your team around. One player make it all exciting, but when you talk about turning around, what Miami did, even what Vegas did, as much as we hate I know Gruden gets on our nerves sometimes, but those picks, he making those picks work out. If you can get picks, you got to overhaul that whole team. Cincinnati, same position. If they can trade and get more picks, they need a lot of help. If you need a lot of help, you trade those picks. You trade them. Now, if you just got to have a quarterback and you just desperate, Cincinnati got a quarterback, Miami got a quarterback. I think the Jets got a quarterback. If those 3 teams should consider trading. They consider trading and get a haul because it's a quarterback draft and people going to give up a lot for those picks.
Hey, PG, before you go in, I would like to say that hoodie you got on, man. That's cold, man. That's cold. That's cold. But carry on. Let's go. What you got?
This came from our wardrobe apparel. I believe Lucky's really right, man. What he said made a lot of sense. I think the Falcons, I'm going to jump to the Falcons because he covered the first ones. I think the Falcons do need a quarterback. Matt Ryan, I don't think he's going to be there next year. I think they're going to get rid of him. I think they had a lot of injuries. Their defense needs shoring up. They definitely need a linebacker because they was getting ran over this year. Other than that, the Bengals, we already know. The Bengals are trash. They need a lot of help. They need an O-line bad. Other than that, Lucky hit it on the head to me, man.
Listen to your man Sweets. Sweets said Miami was a fluke, Vegas was a fluke. They all gonna backslide next year.
Well,
Miami
and tell him his curl ain't no fluke until I put some lighter fluid on it.
No, I'm not gonna say
That's
Miami
sweet,
was
man. That's sweet.
He's a
because
fella, man.
you got to think about it. Fitzpatrick won them first couple of games, and Miami was playing really tough at the beginning of the season, and then that's when they came in with Tua. But they got a quarterback. He came in late. It's just about him starting and working with the first team all off season. I think they'll be all right, man.
Let me tell y'all something, man. You always see what the team needs, and you always start with who needs a quarterback. So you take Miami out of it. You take who else? Y'all say
Cincinnati's out of it.
Cincinnati's out of it. You always got to base it who needs a quarterback because those are the first picks off the draft board. So if you're able to draft, it's always about the quarterback. So Jacksonville needs a quarterback. Atlanta needs a quarterback, and I wouldn't be surprised if Arthur Blank didn't try to pull something and holler at the Jacksonville Jaguars because they're gonna blow it up in Atlanta. Matt Ryan is gone.
They need to.
Julio Jones is gone.
They need to.
They're gonna blow it up. You don't think they want Trevor Lawrence in the dome?
No.
So Atlanta is gonna blow it up. You got to look at it like that. You can't. Every team needs everything. So we can't base it on who needs a wide receiver, offensive lineman, or defense. Everybody needs that. You got to base it on who needs a quarterback. That is your franchise starting point. So Jacksonville becomes important. Atlanta becomes important. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
A franchise drafting a top quarterback with no offensive line is asking for trouble. You're gonna get killed. You're gonna spend your first couple of seasons getting murdered any damn way.
First of all, can I say something?
Everybody needs a defense. Everybody needs a safety. Everybody needs a corner. Everybody needs that.
But look at the Bengals.
I ain't gonna say that.
Burrows was playing ball. He
I don't
didn't
like
have
it.
the O-line, and what happened? He got
hurt.
destroyed.
So, but
Man.
you drafted a quarterback.
If he don't know how to set up.
No, listen. I'm gonna go off being point. You drafted a quarterback last year, so this year, yeah, you get him an offensive line. Yeah, but
I see what you went through, Damani.
Let's go, angry man.
The quarterback.
Hit the bell. Don't you got a bell? Dude, shut him up, man.
Come on, Lamar.
Jesus. First of all, don't be surprised. I go with being Atlanta. Atlanta might move up, get Georgia's own Justin Fields. That's neither here nor there. But don't be. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. No, you said Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence going to the Jaguars without a doubt. Justin Fields. If the Jets don't need a quarterback, they're not taking one. They're going to keep the young fella. They're going for the offensive line to protect him. So Oregon, on tackle, he's going to the Jets. You can pretty much book it.
That boy the truth. That
boy, Sam Darnold, been getting killed because he has no offensive line.
Uh-huh.
My
If you
point.
need an offensive line, you go draft anybody out of Wisconsin, Oregon. Like if you need an offensive line, that's where you go to get.
Well, what about Notre Dame? But that shows you how much of you don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, Zach Martin and all that. But you know what? You don't know. But look,
I don't care. I don't care about Notre Dame. But carry on.
So you know they need that. The Dolphins is going to get a wide receiver because Parker need help. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, the Falcons, if they stay, they going quarter. They need everything. But if he move up, and you know what Cincinnati gonna do. That quarterback now is hurt because they ain't got no offensive line help.
Slide. Your boy just hit you. You talking about your beard look like a Dirty Raiders jersey.
But doesn't this all come down to how do you build a team, right? Like one player, Trevor Lawrence is gonna go to Jacksonville.
Oh, of course.
And he's gonna suck his first year. It's gonna be horrible. Do y'all remember what happened to Derek Carr's brother, who wasn't a bad quarterback in college? He went to Houston and how he got murdered, and his career was never the same. So
he got beat up.
Exactly. So if to me, if you got a chance to stockpile multiple first-round picks. Like the Dolphins, I think they did a great job last year. They blew it up. They blew it up.
Took care of them.
Well, yeah, man, he did. But I mean, they blew it up. They blew it up. They got the Raiders did a good job. And I'm not, they did a good job. You utilize those draft picks correctly. You get all those picks. The Patriots every year got hella picks.
But the
5th and the 6th rounds, those two teams ate last year.
They eat off those, man. You got because one player, Trevor Lawrence is not going to turn Jacksonville around by itself. They're going to still suck for 2 or 3 years. Even if the Bengals draft a tackle from Oregon, they're going to suck for the next 3 to 5 because
Ryan Pace and Ivy coming here. Ryan Pace will trade his picks to save his job.
First of all,
he might not have the power to.
First of all, Ryan Pace should be fired. That's number one. Number two, wow. Y'all making my point. Every team needs everything, but you start with the quarterback, which is exactly what I said. Of course you need an offensive line after that. Of course you need a defensive line.
I'm going to give me a bill.
But you start with the quarterback. Ben made the point. Cincinnati got their quarterback last year. Guess who they're looking for this year? Offensive lineman to protect him. More weapons for him to throw to. You start with the quarterback. I said it earlier.
I told Keita to order him a bail.
So let's keep it sports for a minute. Let's keep it sports, like real talk for a minute. You had Russell Wilson was drafted in the 3rd round, right?
Absolutely.
Right. If Russell Wilson would have got drafted by whoever the top team was that year in the draft, who didn't have nothing around him, no defense, no offensive line, no running game, what would Russell Wilson be?
Hurt.
Exactly. What I'm saying was that he had the Legion of Boom. He had Marshawn Lynch.
Look at Burrow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
That's a prime example.
Cleveland has done it for the last 20 years. They take quarterback after quarterback after quarterback, and they put nothing around them, and they end up out the damn league.
Well, that's just bad drafting. That's bad drafting. But you got to start with the quarterback. That's your most important person.
I'm saying if you
don't start with an offensive line and you don't have a quarterback.
He's saying if you already got a quarterback.
I'm saying if you got a quarterback, even Atlanta. If Atlanta want to turn this around, they could rebuild and get rid of Matt Ryan, or they could trade that pick and get multiple picks and get them a damn offensive line and get some damn defensive players who can actually.
Those are facts. Those are facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it'll be.
Yeah, they need
worse than the Cowboys.
I think Atlanta's going to blow it up. I think they're going to blow it up. They're going to get rid of Matt Ryan. They're going to get rid of Julio. They're going to blow it up.
Right, we got an update, man. Indiana scores 3-0 right now. Indiana
3-0, Coach.
Right. 3-0. And they putting wood to Josh Allen.
Yeah, I see that.
I told y'all. I sat there and told you, Bernard Mull Senior, this was going to happen.
They're not going to win the game, Sly. They're not going to win the game. Stop.
You pronounce that like a kid that eat graham crackers and applesauce.
Short butt.
He was like,
Right. That's seeing finest there. But okay, since y'all mentioned my man Russell, let's go ahead and talk about Wild Card Saturday. Rams 10-6, Seahawks 12-4. Now the Rams are they starting golf?
It looks like he's gonna play. It looks like he's gonna play.
Is he gonna be effective?
I think he's gonna start.
Now the key to that game is the way they have locked down Metcalf. They have locked him down. He has 1 reception for 11 yards in 2 games.
As Sly would say, Mr. Ramsey, baby.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ramsey, baby.
What's your thoughts on them games? I'll let you go ahead, angry man.
Hey, man, look here. Jalen Ramsey is a monster. Yes, but they still lost to Seattle. Seattle still got Tyler Lockett, who y'all forget about. Right. He can still catch the rock. I take the Seahawks in the victory. Bottom line, point blank. Tell Aaron Donald he still ain't LT.
Because he don't do drugs.
Well,
wow.
That's big.
Wow.
Hey, watch your mouth, man. LT was one of the greatest players you ever seen in your life.
Wow.
Let's not go there.
But he lied,
check
though.
this out. But
He
check this
ain't
out.
lying, Kev. He didn't lie.
He telling the
Hey,
truth.
he's one of the greatest players ever. Stop it. But check this out.
You think the drugs had something to do with it though?
Right? You think the crack smoking helped him out?
Y'all, so y'all really gonna go there on LT?
He
Y'all
was
really
nuts
gonna go there
on
on
the
LT?
field.
One of the greatest players y'all ever seen in your life.
Hey, look. hey, Lucky. I even came in and hit him with a jab. Bang! Back out. He did
look
what he
here,
moved
man.
back out the scene.
Sorry, y'all
so-
disrespectful. Hey,
So
Seattle will win the game. Seattle will win the game, particularly because it's in Seattle. If you start Golf, he's not healthy, and the Rams are not going to be able to score now. They got a defense. Ramsey, Donald, they got a defense. They won't be able to score enough in Seattle to win the game.
Lefty, who you got?
First of all, Jared Goff.
Well, he always quick to go to Lefty though. But go ahead.
Jared Goff wasn't effective with 4 good fingers and a good thumb, so that broken thumb don't matter no way. Defensively, it don't matter. Jared Goff wasn't effective at all. He's trash. He's a trash quarterback.
Wow.
Look, man,
I
I roll with defense, man, and I think in any situation, if you can get to that quarterback, if quarterbacks, I don't care who it is, how great you are, when you constantly getting hit, and you start looking at the rush over getting your reads in and reading your routes and all that, it changes everything, man. I'm telling you, I will take Seattle in this game, but don't be shocked if the Rams pull off another BS victory with Jared Goff whack terrible, horrible ass. Don't be shocked, because Jalen Ramsey got lockdown corner and Aaron Donald, and even as much as I hate to say it, hurt my heart, Leonard Floyd and the rest of those guys, let them start getting some hits on Russell. Let them start putting on Russell.
But if you a backup quarterback, how did they score enough points?
It's my turn. You already had your turn.
Good
relax
God.
Relax over there, man.
But Lucky made a good point. I will take Seattle, but we didn't seen it this time. The couple of games Seattle lost. When Russ is under pressure and he's constantly running around, he did not look good this year when that happened to him. And the way the Rams defensive line is, man, they get out to the quarterback a lot. So we're gonna see how it goes.
All right. So what about the Bucks in Washington? You got Chase Young running off the field, calling for the GOAT. Now that is a young rookie that has that team rocking and rolling, because guess what? No Giants. But that's neither here nor there. Who y'all got for that game? Bucks, Washington, Angry Man.
You know I'm going with Washington all day, just so they can piss off the Giants.
Hold on. I hate to interrupt you. 6-3. Scoring on
Buffalo
the bar.
just scored.
Buffalo just scored.
Real quick.
Hey,
Everybody taking shots at the Giants, though. It's cool.
Hey, I'm going with Washington all day.
Consistent when I talk about the Bears, though.
Because Philly, they did what they should have done, but that's neither here nor there. Go ahead, Washington in the upset over Tom Brady, the so-called GOAT.
Hey, okay, PG.
I'm going with Slot, man. I'm gonna go with Washington because their defense is playing lights out, and everybody is writing old Mr. Comeback Kid Alex Smith off, man. Alex Smith gonna show a lot of people something today.
Lefty.
Tom Brady has always struggled when under pressure. When you can lay a few hits on him, he doesn't look good. And Washington's front is a beast. But man, it's hard to bet against. It's hard to bet on Washington because I know what Kev gonna say. Offensively, can they score points? If they can control the tempo, if they can run the ball effectively, and Tampa's defense is underrated too. Nobody really talks about them. They're pretty good. So that's why I'm going to take Tampa. But I think Brady gonna struggle.
KDL.
I will see y'all next week when I am the only person on the panel that's right. There's no way in hell Washington is beating Tampa Bay because, like Lefty alluded to, they can't score enough. Yes, they have a top 4. Chase Young probably will hit Tom Brady a couple times. But when they miss, their secondary is terrible. If Brady completes passes, they'll blow out Washington. They can't score. Alex Smith is one hit away from his career being over. He can't move. He's a sitting duck.
Sweet's making a great point. Sweet's making a great point there. Sweet's making a great point.
The Giants almost beat Tom Brady.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will get at Tom Brady.
I have to agree.
It won't be enough to win the game.
I have to agree with KDL as far as they can't score. We have to look in our own backyard. We have a great defense, but when we can't score, we lose because the defense gets tired. And that offense that Tampa got is rocking, rolling, ready, even without 100% Mike Evans.
Hey, Sweets make a great point though. Brady, the NFC East give Brady hell. They give him hell. If you can get to Brady early, you can knock him down a few times early, man. I'm telling you, you got a shot. I think Washington is not going. I would take the spread in that game. They think Tampa's going to blow Washington out. I don't think they're going to blow him out.
But listen. When the Giants got to him on offense, they had Plexico Burris, they had Mario Manningham. They wasn't
playing the Bucs.
My point is they can score. Washington can't score.
Kevin, we throwing a flag for the simple fact that you mentioned the Giants.
Right, but you mentioned the Giants and it's okay. But when I mention the Giants, it's wrong.
We're not even talking about the Giants.
What we doing here
right now?
Okay.
So we're going to carry on to Wild Card Sunday.
You ain't going to throw jabs to my team and I ain't going to respond. But go ahead. Carry on, host.
Titans. I don't want to have to pull you off the screen like we do Sly. So Ravens, Titans. Who you got? PG.
You gonna put him in a penalty box?
Yes.
He gonna throw jabs at my team, and then I'm wrong for responding.
As long as it's a 40 in there, Kev will be good.
Hey, I'm going. Hey man, I'm going. I'm going with the Titans, man. I think Derrick Henry's gonna have a good game. Lamar Jackson's gonna get his points, but I don't think that defense is gonna be able to stop the Titans today.
Listen,
tomorrow, Sunday.
The Ravens have been smacked in the mouth by the Titans for 2 years now.
It ain't gonna stop Sunday.
That's their kryptonite. Angry man, who you got on that game?
What was the game again?
Ravens Titans.
Oh man, you know I'm going with the Titans all day. I mean, as much as I love Lamar, I like the way the Titans bully the Ravens. So everybody hyped up because the Ravens won their last 5 games. They running the ball good. I like J.K. Dobbins too because, of course, he's Ohio State love. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm still going with the Titans in the victory. All Ohio State players showing up in the playoffs, stand up.
All right, Lefty. Bears 8-8, Saints 12-4 in the Dome. Who you going with?
I mean, you gotta go with the Saints. I mean, you definitely got to go with the Saints in that one.
What?
Yeah, you got to, and just because Sweets had a comment up about if the Bears defense was still playing like a top 10 defense, I'll give them a shot. And the other thing that's underrated about the Saints is their defense. Everybody talk about Kamara and Breeze and Thomas and what's the little Tyson Hill and all that.
We listening to a dude with a curl.
But hey, real talk though, the Saints defense, I think the Bears I think the Bears are going to struggle to score. And you know the Saints will be able to put up enough points. That's the only problem that I got. I think the Bears will put up some points, maybe 20-some points, but I think the defense going to win, especially without Roquan Smith. It's going to be a struggle.
So the last game on Sunday is the Bears, the Browns at 11-5, and the Steelers 12-4. This is their third beating this year, and they got coaching issues down in Cleveland. KDL, who you got?
Even though Juju shouldn't have said it, I agree with him. The Browns are the Browns. Now they have a bad thing going in because they haven't practiced all. I think they practice one day all week, and Monday. You have a coach that has never head coached in his day in his life going into a playoff game. That's bad, man. That's bad because when Baker gets doing Baker, Stefanski can put him to the side, talk to him, reel him in. You're not gonna be able to reel him in. And when Baker tries to make every throw, every down, every play, he ain't gonna have nobody reel him in. It's a disaster waiting to happen. Pittsburgh wins.
If Chubb and Hunt don't snap, they ain't got a chance because Baker gonna throw 2 or 3 picks.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. But then Pittsburgh gonna score off that.
Yeah. And I disagree with Sly. I'm taking Baltimore today, baby. Lamar gets his first. Lamar, your namesake, middle namesake, gets his first playoff win.
And I'm glad you disagree.
Baltimore, baby.
I'm glad you disagree with Sly because I disagree with you, sucker. The Bears
Right
are gonna
on.
pull it out.
My boy,
tomorrow. Watch
PG.
what I say. And the reason I say that, because the Bears defense has stood up against every running back who they thought was gonna come in there and eat this year on them, and they did it. And they're gonna do it again.
35 last week.
I ain't say how much they gave
You
up
ain't no
last
Bears
weekend.
fan.
You could just be quiet. I ain't even talking
Go
to you,
ahead.
brother. You ain't
They
got
gonna
no
get blown
talk
out
to
per
You
the
always
usual.
talk about
Yeah,
you a diehard
okay.
Bears fan.
I bet you they
I don't
don't.
want nobody calling me through the game. You ain't no diehard Bears fan. You
He's just telling
breaking
you the
a
truth.
phone.
I
You are
am.
breaking
New
a
Orleans?
phone.
Tomorrow
I
is
am.
not gonna eat like you think you're gonna eat
I'm
Sunday,
cheering.
buddy.
I'm cheering for the
You're
Bears.
not beating New Orleans. Let's stop this.
I just
You're not beating
said
New Orleans.
the
Y'all ain't
difference.
beat nobody. Who cares what you think?
The difference is going to be the Saints. I think the Saints defense, who no one talks about, they have a very good defense. I didn't say Kamara was going
What
to
them
kill
Ohio
you.
State Lums playing cornerbacks, but it's neither here nor there.
New Orleans has a very good defense. I think that's where the struggle is going to be.
Hey, Kevin.
And without Roquan Smith,
Ohio State everywhere.
and without Roquan Smith, I mean, Kamara may not eat on like the handoffs, but passing out the backfield, who gonna cover him? Trevathan?
Oh, you right.
We ain't gonna worry about it.
the
We ain't gonna worry about
Bears-
that.
The
Because our
Bears
defensive line gonna get some pressure.
points. The Bears, and this is just totally objective. The Bears are not going to score enough points to beat New
All
Orleans.
right, hit the bell. We done. What's the next
I mean,
subject?
you
Hit
can
the
do it
bell.
if you want.
Hit the bell.
I'll be
Hit
right
the
next
bell.
week. See y'all next week.
Hit the bell.
Hey, we got about 20 minutes.
Put him in the penalty box, bro.
For
We
what?
got
Tell
about
them the
20
truth.
minutes.
Let me open the door. TB, man. I'll be right back.
So I got a question for y'all.
Why are you opening the door? You don't work there.
Take him off the screen.
Hey, check it out, man. We saw the surprise for the Heisman going to a wide receiver. Do you think that the NFL will get it right this year and give the MVP to King Henry, aka the Mountain? Now remember, 2,000 rushing yards, 17 TDs, 5.4 yards per carry. The last MVPs and the running back was AP in 2012, and you had Daniel Thomason in 2006, and they got damn near identical rushing yards, touchdowns, all of that. Do you think the NFL will go ahead and give it to a running back this year? KDL.
Of course not. If you think he's more valuable than Aaron Rodgers, you are out of your mind. If you think he's more valuable than Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, again, you are out of your mind. They're not going to give it to a running back. No. Unless he was that dominant, and he wasn't that dominant. Now, he got 2,000 yards, which is incredible. They're not putting him over Aaron Rodgers.
What you mean he wasn't dominant? If you take him away, your quarterback don't eat like he eating. Play action don't work.
Take Aaron Rodgers off Green Bay. Let's have a discussion.
Ain't no discussion. They suck.
Then what are we talking about? So there's no way they're going to put him over Aaron Rodgers this year. Aaron Rodgers is your MVP. Let's stop this conversation.
And I hate Green Bay as much as I hate Sly Beard. But Aaron Rodgers, it's no way. It's Aaron Rodgers, man. I mean, what he was able, the numbers, like you said, when you talk about value, without him, they down there with Fred my boy Fred team, Detroit.
From TV,
without Aaron Rodgers.
Damn.
Facts.
Hey, man.
Hey, tell that dude he still ain't came by here. I will never invite him again.
Sly said you still ain't came by there.
Hey, man.
He said he heard your water wasn't running in the bathroom.
Well, I ain't been invited either. But that's neither here nor there.
Hey, man, with that MVP thing, I have to agree. Derrick Henry's been great for his team, man. But when it comes to the MVP thing, again, I don't think nobody has been as valuable to their team as Aaron Rodgers right now to me, bro, in Green Bay. Without Aaron Rodgers on that team, Green Bay is not in the playoffs. We are not even talking about Green Bay this year.
Okay. I got a question for y'all.
Well, I never answered the question because, as usual, you go to the dude that talked for 30 minutes, you go to your best friend who you don't never hit the bell on, and PG, your second homie. So whenever it's time for me to speak, let me know. Just
Instead
let
of you
me
on
know.
this diatribe, then you should be saying what you got to say.
That's not me, though. I don't say nothing. But you let this dude talk for 30 minutes. This other dude, he running the show because he tell us what to do. You ain't the host. You ain't Ernie. Okay? He run the show. And then this dude down here, he talk when he want to. So, it is what it is.
It's clear no one likes you.
Right.
Well, in Slide's defense, there is a lot of favoritism on this show.
Oh, me,
absolutely. We can watch the shows. Anybody
Ben,
say,
hit the bell. Hit the bell, Ben.
Go ahead.
Hit the bell, Ben.
Hey, Kevin, he Donald Trump. That's Michael Pence Jr. Man.
Before we move on, get over it.
Lefty's logic.
We got to invoke the 25th Amendment.
So you do understand. You do understand. I'm not going to come to each and every one of y'all because we got to keep the show moving. And some of y'all long-winded. Angry Man, KDL. But that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
My next question for
Kevin think that 33 means 33 minutes.
We got about 15 minutes left. Out of the head coaching vacancies in Texas, the Chargers, the Lions, the Jets, the Jacks, and the Falcons, out of those teams, which one is going to get it right? PG.
Man, this is a hard question, man. I don't know who's going to get it right when it comes to coaching job because all these coaching candidates pretty good, but I think Eric Bieniemy is actually going to get a chance at the job right now, and I don't think it's going to be with the Chargers because they just let go of a black coach. I think that it may be with the Falcons. That's just my thought.
KDL.
I think it's best if we're talking about Eric Bieniemy or we're just talking about an organization getting it right. What's the question?
The organization. Which one is going to get it right? Now, it's a host of coaches out there. You got Bieniemy. You got Titans OC, Arthur Smith. You got a host of – you even got Brian Leftwich out there, the OC for the Bucs. You got a lot of people out there.
And he deserves a job, I believe.
Who's going to get it right?
I think Jacksonville has a chance to get it right because they have a lot of picks. And they can turn it around.
Urban Meyer? Really?
Well, that's now you're talking coaching. I'm saying they have a lot of picks. And they can turn it around to where they have a lot of picks and they can up same shit Miami did. You know, Miami turned it around. They were better this year than last year because Flores got all those picks. He drafted Tua, and Miami was good this year. They wasn't really expected to make the playoff. They got 10 wins. I think Jacksonville. I'm not saying Jacksonville can do 10 wins. What I'm saying is we're asking who can turn it around. And I think Jacksonville. I would say Jacksonville. I would say Jacksonville.
Slide.
Atlanta.
As much as I hate to agree with Sly, I think Atlanta will get it right. But I think the best job available is the Houston Texans job. But after they interviewed Marvin Lewis, I said they about to blow it. Carry on.
Hey, you know they're gonna interview several black coaches, and it's probably not gonna go to a black coach. Not down there in Houston.
Yeah.
But hey, real quick, I think the enemy will be great with the Chargers and with the quarterback and the receivers they have. I think it'd be great. I want to see him coach. Deshaun Watson, but ain't no help down there. He got something in place with the Chargers. I think he'd be great with the Chargers.
But you got all these offensive coordinators that's out here on the list. They offensive coordinators, are they ready to take over the reins as a HC? Because you look at Detroit when they went and picked the defensive coordinator from the Patriots. I mean, then look at our own backyard. We picked Nagy. He was the OC down in Kansas City. Struggles. Thoughts?
I I think Kev hit on it earlier. Being an offensive coordinator, especially under an offensive-minded head coach, I think we're a little too overhyped over the enemy and over Leftwich. I think we looking at they're under offensive-minded head coaches. Don't mean they're gonna come in and be great coaches. We witnessing that right in Chicago and Matt Nagy. So
first of all, Matt Nagy was a terror. He was never calling plays anyway, so he was overhyped coming in as an offensive mind. He just started calling to the playoff game, and he blew that.
right. Is Bieniemy calling plays?
Yes.
Yeah, he calling plays.
Yeah, okay.
He is calling.
But
And Byron Leftwich is calling plays too.
Okay.
Well, you know he calling plays, but Byron Leftwich calling plays for a system that gets your quarterback killed.
Okay.
And then again, with the offense coordinators, man, I'm not saying that they're gonna be ready to be a head coach, but when they come in, if you get the right people around you and you listen to them people, you could turn around and be a hell of a head coach. But you gotta have that. You gotta have that mind.
Is he gonna get a fair look? Raheem Morris?
He should.
I think he will.
He should, but he won't.
Because look at Mike Tomlin. He was a defensive assistant.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so it can happen, Lucky. You know, you didn't have to throw the brothers. You didn't have to throw the brothers out there. Oh, you lucky boy.
Well, all right, Malcolm X with a great beard. I'm not looking at race. I'm just saying I think sometimes we look at right. I just think sometimes we look at these offensive coordinators that are under offensive-minded coaches who've already put a system in place, and we kind of get a little overhyped, and the expectations be too high.
And don't you ever disrespect Urban Meyer again, shorty.
Whoa.
Urban Meyer is a hell of a coach.
I think
put some respect on his name.
Okay.
I agree with Sly.
Now he's a hell of a coach, but you can't come in demanding $12 million out the gate, and you have not won a NFL game. Period.
Why not?
I don't know why. When they get an idiot who been retired in a booth, my dumbass team gave him $10 million.
Right.
They gave him $100 million.
$100 million for 10 years.
Well, that's the Raiders. So that's neither here nor there. But
those are facts, facts.
I agree with me. You can't come in demanding and you haven't coached not one NFL down. You did all that in college. You ain't do this in the NFL. And you have a track history that when things get tough or you get stressed out, you walk away.
Yes,
so
sir.
We're going to give you money just so you can set the franchise up and then walk away.
Why can't he demand it, though?
And what?
Why he can't demand it? He can't.
You ain't did nothing in the NFL. You did that in college. You ain't do that in the NFL.
In the NFL, and then never coached the NFL down.
And never coached it down.
Look, let me tell you something.
When you go into a job, Ben, when you go into any job, you request a salary. Now, if they give you that salary or not, that's on them. But he can go in and ask.
Well, he didn't do that because he started in the mailroom.
Look, hold on.
Get out of my office.
Hold on. It's a big difference in someone trying to be promoted from coordinator their whole career to someone who has a resume and is already retired. To bring me out of retirement, you're going to have to pay up. To bring me out of retirement, you got Urban Meyer hurting for no bread, but to bring me out of retirement, you're going to have to pay that check. You got just like the Raiders deal with me. To bring me out, you got to pay that bread.
Find another sucker. Find another sucker.
Then run it. If you don't pay it,
you ain't never coached it down.
And I'll stand the booth. And I'll stand the booth.
Why stand the booth?
They call him the Kyrie of football.
Hey. Stand the booth. Urban Meyer ain't trying to prove himself.
Urban Meyer got Alex Smith paid, Tim Tebow in the league. Do you want me to keep going?
Oh, he got players. He got players. But for you to walk in and demand anything, you have not coached it down in the NFL, bro. You did all that in college. You did all that in college. And you was a part of it. You was a part of it.
If my name hold weight, if my name hold weight and you want me, you got to pay up. You got to pay up.
You the same dude that was a part of scandals at Florida and Ohio State. But we're not going to talk about that.
Wow.
You got a lot of players in the league. True enough. You won a lot in college. True enough. But you don't come in the NFL and demand anything, sir.
It ain't his fault. You ain't on the laptop. It ain't his fault. It ain't his fault. Hernandez is a killer.
But
it ain't his fault. At Ohio State, his coach beat his old lady. That had nothing to do with him.
Man, you
are
are terrible, man. Hey, fellas. We got about 5 minutes before we end this sports ride. So I'm gonna let y'all check out the game. PG, I'm gonna come to you first, my man.
You mute. You on mute.
You sound real good.
You know what, man? Slot, me and you been boys today. But at the end of this here segment, I got something to tell you. I want to thank all you guys for tuning in today. It's been a great day. It's going to be a real great weekend, man. We got so much football. We finna get it in for real. If you want to know who I am, just check out my Facebook page. I will not do another shameless plug, but I will check in and let you know where I'm at. Come on, check out this game with me. That's it.
All right. We got an update. Indiana 9, Buffalo 7.
Indiana just scored.
Indianapolis. Stop saying Indiana. That's a state.
Jonathan Taylor, and I bet that was one of my bets, but go ahead.
No, it was
KDL, let's sign it out.
Oh, he ain't in yet.
He got in. I appreciate everybody for tuning in per the usual, y'all, on a Saturday morning, afternoon. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We about to check out the games right with y'all. We got some big things coming up this year, y'all. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be announcing them on the show throughout the year as it goes. I want y'all to join us next week, because next weekend is the big 5-0 for your boy. Join us next week. We clowning. Peace.
Angry man.
Hey, look here, man. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everybody tuning in every week to listen to this thing here, man, we call Humidor Sports Talk. Hey, look here. I do want to give a Smokefella finger to Donald Trump. You incited a riot June 6, 2021. You're a complete idiot. Hey, Nancy Pelosi, call somebody to get his fingers off the new button, please. Thank you.
Hey, Sly.
Boy, you lucky I didn't go in on. I wanted to go in on that, but we were talking sports today. But I wanted to go in on that.
No, you was just late. That's all.
That's what that was. You was late.
Hey, Sly.
Oh, my bad.
Thanks, bro.
I need you with a darker background, because your beard, your shirt, that's all we can see is your hat and your eyeballs.
And your nose.
Well, we ain't gonna never miss his nose.
Lefty.
Hey, this is a football fan's dream, man. We got triple headers today and tomorrow, and the national championship game Monday. Thank you all for tuning in, taking the 2 hours out of your Saturday to join us and enjoy. I would have gave y'all my top 10 dunks for the wild card weekend to tell you ladies, but we ran out of time. So I would have did that preview for y'all again. But I mean, hey, enjoy the games, man. This is gonna be a great time. Get together, but still, please be safe. Be safe. Don't pile up nowhere. This pandemic is still going on, man. I just lost an uncle this week, and a good friend of mine lost her father. It's still going on. So while we're able to enjoy these games, there are a lot of people out there grieving, and a lot of people going through, tough times due to this pandemic. So be safe, be careful out there. Peace and love.
I would like to concur with all my panelists today, man. Give it up to the fans. Thank y'all for checking in. Y'all comments, man. Y'all crazy. Y'all get it in. I would like to say congratulations to Jerome Getty Gandy for winning the SmokeFellas Fantasy League. He showed up and showed out. So congratulations to that brother. And I want to give myself a congratulations for winning the NFL picks for this show. Yes, I destroyed the competition. You can go back and check the facts. But as my man Sly Dog will say, give me them sticks, baby. Give me them sticks.
I'm getting my Donald Trump on. I want to recount.
I definitely want to recount.
Well, he told me I finished second. So yeah.
I ain't conceding yet. I ain't in the White House yet.
Go back and run the numbers. But I also would like to also mention, like Lefty said, be safe out there because COVID is strong. I think we had word that one of our brothers of the Leaf has the second strain, but no confirmation on that. But I need y'all to be safe out there. Also, be safe out there, man, with all of this civil unrest that's out there, man. It's crazy. It's nuts. Keep your head on the swivel while you're out there, man. And we will be back with you guys next week, and we'll be talking about the NBA. We'll be talking about the wild card victories. We'll be talking about the games that's coming up, getting ready for the Super Bowl. And like my man KDL said, SmokeFellas got some things coming in 2021. So, man, please stay tuned.
Hey, one
On
more
that note,
thing, Alvin say, protect yourself at all times out here.
give a shout out to Ivan, man, great producer, man. He
Yes,
does
sir.
wonderful work for us in the
Shout
background.
out, Ivan.
Pops in with some great facts for us, man. So on that note, man, it's 1 o'clock at the end. We signing out, and as we always say, where there's smoke,
There's fellas. Peace, fellas. I'll
we
see
out,
y'all
man.
a little bit.
Those-
Damn.
Wow.